It's the hammer! He's real! Dudes, take my picture! Oh no, bro.
Monster Hunter is a fantastic game. It has many monsters, as the title will say, and your job is to transport them into the afterlife. As an ecologist, of course, they were harming the local forest. And as you go through this wonderful game and you see all these wonderful monsters, you're gonna get better at the game and maybe pick your main weapon. But of course, each game has to have an end. And this game has 3, funnily enough. It has the low rank ending, the high rank ending, and the Iceborne ending. And all of those bosses, on their own right, they're really fun. It is Sora Magdalos, Xeno'jiiva, and Shara Ishbalda. But that is a lie. These are not the final bosses. These are simply the final story bosses of the game. There is 2 more final bosses on this wonderful, wonderful game. The first one is Alatreon, and Alatreon sucks ass. You may say that I get filtered by Alatreon, and I'll tell you, you didn't beat a boss, you beat a puzzle. Alatreon is what I call a gimmick boss. You need to kill Alatreon the way it wants to be killed. You can't kill him like you would any other monster. Now, in Monster Hunter, a lot of monsters have advantages, like, oh, this one's weak to fire, ice, dragon, explosion, or whatever. Alatreon needs to be hit with very specific elements at each stage of the fight, otherwise, you're just gonna die, and it sucks. It's not a good fight, what can I say? He sucks as a final boss. And if you're mad over that, you know, I'm factually correct in this opinion of mine. L plus ratio. But then we go to the absolute best final boss. Because what is a final boss in that game? What should be a final boss? It should use all the things you learned throughout the game. And throughout Monster Hunter, you learn about items, you learn about elements, what food does, what your cat can do. You learn all this stuff throughout all of Monster Hunter just to get to the end. And what better way to have you fight a final boss than have a final boss that tests everything you have learned throughout the game. And that monster is Fatalis. I know there are Alatreon fans here that are gonna be like, oh, you just got filtered by Alatreon. No. You solved a puzzle, you didn't beat a boss. There's a reason Fatalis is the big baddie here. Because you can bring any weapon you want with any element. I mean, some elements are higher recommended, like dragon element. But other than that, you can bring anything you want and you can still win the fight. With Alatreon, if you don't bring the right elemental weapon, you're gonna lose. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. You need to beat him the way he wants to be beaten. But enough shitting about Alatreon, the lesser of the 2 monsters. Fatalis. First, you need to bring your A game. That means the ancient potions, the max potions, the mega demon drugs, and the mega armor skins. Anything you can for your advantage. Because even though you think you're OP, you're not. It will be a massive lie to tell you that there's anything you can do to be OP against Fatalis. You can only learn and fight him. The fight starts off normally. You're just hunting the monster. But there's something with Fatalis that is very different from all the other monsters. It only takes around 2 hits and you're dead. Any other monster you can tank a lot of hits, especially with Divine Blessing. Fatalis doesn't play those games. He even has one-shot attacks that have gotten me a lot of times. And not only that, if you're unlucky with positioning sometimes, you can just die out of predetermined attack, like his Cone of Flame or his Mega Fire. If you take your time and read what Fatalis is gonna do, you should be able to beat him. It's not gonna be easy, and it'll never be easy to slay Fatalis unless you've done it like a billion times. But other than that, this boss will stay the same difficulty all the time. and the only thing you can do is tilt the odds to your favor with each thing that you have. You better start getting good at, at reading, cause any misstep could end your run. You have 30 minutes to beat Fatalis, which which you may think it's a lot of time, but no. Every time I hunted it, it's been on the upper 25-minute range. I think the fastest was 27, and the slowest was 29 minutes with like 50 seconds. It was very close the first time I managed to slay it. But anyways, he has a lot of attacks in the starting phase. As you play it, you're gonna learn all of these attacks. It is the quick flame, the flame on the ground, the cone of fire, the tail swipe, the tail smash, the claw, the belly flop, the one-shot explosion, and the sustained fire. There's the shooting flames, the short run, like the short hop, the long run, and the standing sustained fire. And these are all attacks that you're gonna see on the first phase. And you need to get good at reading what attack it is, because one misread, your health is gonna go way down. Divine Blessing is a must with Fatalis, because if you don't have it, then you're just gonna die. But once you master all of these moves with whatever weapon of your choice, you're gonna get through the first phase, and he's gonna do the Mega Flame and melt everything away. And this is where the second phase begins. He's gonna start flying. And there are times where if he's flying like this, you need to... it's really annoying because sometimes he's flying a lot and you can't really hit him. But if you use a smoke bomb, he can go down. But sometimes the smoke bombs don't work, it's really finicky. So it's luck of the draw here. So if you manage to get him down, you're going to see his second phase moves, which are pretty much the same as the first phase. You just gotta stay calm, get the one-shot binders and the roaming ballista to do a lot of damage to Fatalis. Always aim for the head whenever you can, because if you manage to break the head, it's gonna make the fight a lot easier later on, because the damage of his fire is directly linked to the damage to the horns on his head for some reason. And if you manage to break the head, he's gonna get stunned and you're gonna get a DPS mode where you can just aim at the head directly. So, if you get lucky, or get good, and you manage to get the second phase down, he's gonna go to his last phase. He's gonna go to his third phase, and this is pretty much where you're gonna be the rest of the fight. You're gonna have to run back to the metal door, pull it up, sharpen, heal, cause now Fatalis is a whole new animal at this point. So he's gonna get three more attacks if I remember correctly. The first one is the spinning flame, where he's gonna aim behind them, he's gonna charge a little bit, and he's gonna start flamethrowing all around and spin really quickly. You basically need to stay close to him and dodge to like this side his head is on to fully avoid it. If you're far away, you're gonna get hit, so you can just like dive away to stay alive. There's another move I forgot to mention. The sustained fire, where he doesn't move and just shoots downwards. And there's a lot of aerial attacks, but he's not in the air for too much, so you can just go by either. After that, he has the pin attack. And if you get pinned and you're solo and your friend doesn't have dust or dragon putts or something to bail you out, you're just gonna die. If you get pinned on his chest, you're gonna die. Here we see my teammate getting pinned by Fatalis, and as you can see, it was taking health, and if I hadn't dropped the life powder, he would have died. He could have also died from the last swing, but luckily Divine Blessing triggered, and that saved us. Another thing to really be aware of is whenever he's not angry, you can smack him against the wall, and you should really have his head tenderized or weak before you smack him to the wall, because it's gonna make damage go from 1000 to 2000, which is a lot. And hey, it doesn't happen all that often, so you can do it. So after this, you just gotta keep killing it. You just gotta get good at reading those 2 new moves, and they're gonna get stronger. And around this phase is when you're gonna break the second part of the head, maybe on the next phase, because he has like 2 or 3 more Mega Flames. So if you manage to break the head whole, then his flames are gonna be mitigated, so you can relax a little bit with the damage if you get caught in a bad spot. And then he's not gonna get any new moves after any of the later Mega Flames, and you just need to keep attacking, relentlessly attack, no matter what, because you're very short on time. You may not realize it, but the time is not at your favor. And a big thing in Fatalis is the Dragonator. Each Dragonator spike does around 5,000 damage, and that will take 10k health in one good place Dragonator. Not only that, that's gonna stun him so you can go straight into another DPS mode. So after that, you gotta keep playing, and as you get closer to killing him, around 5% of the health, Proof of a Hero is gonna start playing, instead of the Fatalis orchestra you've been hearing the whole time. And that's when you know, okay, this is all or nothing, this is the last part of the fight. You got to, you gotta clench your teeth, grip your buttocks, lock in, because if you die now, you're gonna be really angry, because this is 5% of the health remaining. He's gonna do one last Mega Flame, which you gotta look out for, around 5%. And then just gotta keep bashing him, because you don't have any time left, pretty much, if you are hunting him normally. Because you also gotta realize, this is the final monster. This whole adventure started with a Great Jagras attacking the Handler, and here you are slaying Fatalis, the Black Dragon. Everything you have learned from fighting Deviljho, from fighting Velkhana, from fighting Alatreon, because technically you're supposed to do Alatreon before Fatalis. Everything you have learned goes into this fight. That whole adventure you had of learning your weapon and learning all these exploits, like the smoke bombs, the head smashes, the slingers, the dragon pods to stun Fatalis that I forgot to mention. The combos each weapon has, the one that suited you the best, carried you all the way here to this fight, and you have like 5 minutes to kill this man. You have less than 5 minutes to kill this man as soon as you hear Proof of a Hero, usually. And finally, when you kill him, you're gonna hear Proof of a Hero and Star Starter Backs. And that's how you know you've beaten Fatalis. The best final boss I've seen. One of the best final bosses I've seen in a video game. Because again, no gimmicks, no puzzles here. You just gotta hit him until it dies. And well, this has been all. This has been Ren, or Alias. Hope you all are enjoying Monster Hunter Wilds. Bye bye.